So do you have any questions about the surgical procedure?
Let's see. So the process is, it's anesthetic.
Local anesthetic.
Local anesthetic, then you remove the tissue
Mhm.
and suture that back together.
Right.
And then, like, is there some downtime while you're separating out follicles, or?
Oh, yeah.
So you go back and sort of, is it a microscopic procedure, actually? It's
Yeah, the technicians take the tissue under the microscope and they divide it up into the individual follicular units, which is each individual graft that's going to go into the little graft recipient sites that I create on your scalp.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So the first part is where we remove the tissue for your donor tissue,
Right.
the grafts. And then there's a little downtime. You get up and stretch your legs and relax a little bit. And then the nurse will anesthetize the top and the front of your scalp for me to go back then, and I make the little holes, the little recipient sites.
Mm-hmm.
They're really just little pinholes where we put the grafts in.
Mm-hmm.
And I control the direction and the orientation and the position of every graft by the holes I make, and then the technicians go in and they just one by one insert the grafts into each of those little holes.
Okay. And there is still going to be little bits of hair in those
Mhm.
follicles?
Little tiny hairs will be sticking out of the graft, but understand that those little hairs are not really what we're after.
Right.
What we're transplanting is the hair follicle, which is going to grow a new hair.
Mm-hmm.
So those hairs that you see sticking out initially may or may not stay. They might fall out.
Mm-hmm.
Often they fall out, sometimes they stay, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The important thing is 3-4 months from now, those little follicles are going to start growing a new hair, and that's what you're really after.
Right, right.
And once they start growing, they will grow hair for the rest of your life.
Which is good.
Yeah.
So it's not really a question. I'm kind of intrigued by, the fact that you're going to make 1,900 incisions at the top of my scalp.
Well, they're more like little pinholes.
Yeah, yeah. They're just,
Each little hole is about, well, you probably have blood drawn. The needle they use when they draw blood from
Yeah,
arms, about
yeah.
that size.
Okay. All right. No, that's
But
fascinating.
you'll be anesthetized, you won't feel any of them.
Yeah. I'm interested to have that happen.
By the time the anesthesia wears off, you're almost healed.
Okay.
It won't even be sore, really.
Okay.
The only thing that's really sore, people notice some soreness around the back where the stitches are, kind of a tight feeling.
Mm-hmm. And all the regular stuff like says don't work out. I probably won't want to work out for the next day or two.
Right.
Keep the strenuous activity to a minimum.
Yeah, nothing really strenuous at all for at least a couple days. During the first week after the procedure, we recommend mild activity.
Mm-hmm.
You define what's mild, or what's mild for you.
Right.
And then the second week, you can go up to a moderate activity. And again, it's just whatever is moderate activity for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then third week, whatever you want.
Okay.